In this video, I'm going to show you how to add subtitles to your project in WeVideo. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have your script written out. If you want to add subtitles, you need to know what you're going to put into these subtitles. So what I did was over here, I have my script written up. My video is already done. It's fun facts about birds, and I have my 3 birds over here, my 3 bird videos, and I'm now ready to add everything in. I already did my narration, so if you listen up to 8 times farther than humans, I already have everything recorded. So this is perfect. Now I just need to add the subtitles to go along with what I wrote. So the way you find your subtitles is you're going to click on text over here. And you see titles over here, you see captions. Captions seem like that might be what it is, but it's actually not the best one for it. What you want to do is scroll all the way down to where it says special. And if you look at special, it gives you a whole bunch of options here, but really you just want to focus on these two. So if I were to drag this one on, you could see the sample subtitles. And then if I drag this one on, you see a different type of sample subtitles. The only difference between the two of them, you see that this one does not have a background and this one does. Now, I always would recommend you do the one with the little shading background behind it, because if you look over here, if the background is too white, you will not be able to read what's going on there. So I would not recommend that one. So I'm going to delete that one, and I can move this over and extend it so it takes up the entire time like that. I'm going to move it over here, shorten it to fit the entire clip, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and find my script. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to double click on the text. I'm going to paste it in here. And then I'm going to hit done. And now we can watch the subtitles show up. Eagles have incredible eyesight. They can see up to 8 times farther than humans. Now you notice the problem that I have over here is I can't see the entire thing. So I can just move this up and problem solved, right? I can see the entire thing. The only problem is it really takes up a huge chunk of the screen over here. 2 ways I can get around this. I can always extend it to make it longer like that. And that is certainly one way that I can get away with it. And just leave that up the entire time. That's not a big deal. That means they can spot prey from over a mile away. But another option that I like is I'm going to hit Control Z to just put it back to the way it was. Another option I like a lot is let's just shorten this. Let's cut it in half over here. And then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to Control C and Control V, paste it there. So now what I did was I split it in half essentially. And then what I'm going to do is on the first one, I double click and I'm going to take away the second sentence. Just leave the first sentence there. And then in the second one, I'm going to get rid of the first sentence. Now I can resize it to make sure that it fits nice and neatly. And then now let's look at the final result. Eagles have incredible eyesight. They can see up to 8 times farther than humans. That means they can spot prey from over a mile away. So this gives you the option of doing multiple things like that. You can make sure that you are able to hear the entire thing and kind of cut it and change it if you want to. So I can always to farther than humans. So right there, if I wanted to wait a little bit, I could shorten this part, right? Move that over and extend this one to perfectly match up, or I could just leave it as is. So that's what you're going to do. You drag this one on top of it, make sure it extends for as long as you want it to, double click on there to change what it is, and then just copy and paste everything over there. And it's so much easier when you have it all copied and pasted first. And then you can either keep it as one thing, resize it, or I showed you that trick before of changing the size of it. And this is how you add your subtitles for this.